Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Congressman Barr. It's great to be with you. And just on behalf of Marty, our great First Lady, doing more than anyone in the country to end human trafficking, by the way. Our youngest daughter, Amy Porter, is here with us this morning, and we just appreciate you all's support. And also want to thank Willis Lee, the first Vice President of the NRA, for being with us today and making the exciting announcement about the annual meeting coming back to Georgia in 2025. Willis, I asked Jay when you announced that, I said, "You going?" He said, "Yeah, I'm going to go." So it's going to be great. That'll be a great event for us to have here in the great state of Georgia. It'll be good for our small business owners and everyone else from the tourism service industry perspective, as well as just standing up for things that we believe in. Back in 2017, this conference brought in $60 million in direct economic impact in our state, and we look forward to an even bigger event 3 years from now. I'd also like to thank the NRA, GA2A, the Georgia Hunting and Fishing Federation, and a representative from the National Shooting Sports Foundation and Safari Club International for being with us today, being here with us today as well, but also for their long-standing support and advocacy for Second Amendment rights of law-abiding Americans. I also want to take a moment and recognize so many members of the Georgia General Assembly that are here. I'm grateful for your support, but also your leadership over the last 3 years and even before that, to have our state in such a great position. So thank you all for being with us today. I know when I came in, I saw a lot of local elected officials here with us today, and I appreciate you all's support and you all for standing up for Second Amendment rights as well in your local communities back home. You know, all of these people have been in the trenches for many years to protect and expand the freedoms and rights that are granted to us by our Creator and enshrined in our Constitution. And there's no question that we are living in challenging times. Across the country, we are witnessing liberal states and cities demonize law enforcement, defund local police departments, undermine public safety, and threaten the security of countless American families. These dangerous policies are echoed by the far left in Washington, D.C., and are one vote away in the U.S. Senate from becoming the law of the land. But that is not going to happen here in Georgia. Alongside the members who are here with us today, we passed and I signed legislation to prevent rogue local governments from defunding local law enforcement, and we cracked down on dangerous street racing. We have invested in anti-gang initiatives that are taking the fight to these dangerous criminal networks, and we passed bipartisan reforms to rid our state of human trafficking. And when other local elected leaders chose inaction, my office formed the Crime Suppression Unit, comprised of state and local law enforcement partners in Metro Atlanta, that puts wanted felons behind bars, stops people driving DUI, has taken stolen weapons off the streets, and impounded dozens and dozens of stolen vehicles. And above all, when other states and local governments has used law enforcement as political pawns, in Georgia we have stood with our men and women in uniform, and we have and will continue to have their back. But we realize that ensuring public safety cannot just come from state government. Building a safer, stronger Georgia starts with hardworking Georgians having the ability to protect themselves and their families. In the face of rising violent crime across the country, law-abiding citizens should have their constitutional rights protected, not undermined. And while this position has recently become popular for others as we enter the campaign season, my position has remained the same. I believe the United States Constitution grants the citizens of our state the right to carry a firearm without state government approval. For law-abiding Georgians, their carry permit is the founding document of our nation. And I look forward to working with the members of the House and the Senate, many who are here today, and groups like the NRA and GA2A on legislation, some of which has already been filed, to get constitutional carry across the finish line this legislative session. Now, make no mistake, I have no doubt that the left and the media will come for Georgia just like they have done in the past. They tried to boycott us when we stood up for life at the heartbeat, and we prevailed. They tried to demonize us when we protected both lives and livelihoods through a global pandemic, and look where we are now economically. They tried to cancel us when we passed the nation's strongest election integrity legislation. We have and will continue to prevail there as well. And I know that if we work together like we have in the past, we're going to win this fight as well. Thank you all for being here. God bless you, and may God continue to bless this great state of Georgia.